It was that crisp November evening in Vermont. The kind where the early winter chill seeps through the cracks of even the warmest barns. And I, Emily Carter, sat there staring at the place card like it was a loaded gun pointed straight at my heart. At 35, I'd clawed my way from a cramped apartment in Boston to owning a software development firm that now pulled in millions, employing over 60 people. Yet here I was, funding this entire Thanksgiving feast, the restored timber barn with its fairy lights dangling from the rafters, the free-range turkey from a local organic farm, the handcrafted pumpkin pies, even the Ubers for relatives who swore they couldn't swing the gas money. And in return, that cream cardstock, edged in silver I'd chosen myself, boldly scripted with family reject where my name should have been. The humiliation wasn't just the words, it was the premeditation. The elegant cursive that screamed someone, likely my sister Laura, had taken real time to craft this dagger. The snickers started low, my brother Jason's hyena-like cackle cutting through the clink of wine glasses, followed by Laura's faux shocked, who on earth did that, as if her own hands hadn't gripped the pen. Cousins exchanged those tired glances, the ones that said, "Lighten up. It's family ribbing." Mom, Evelyn, shot me a look, not at the card, but at me, like my mere presence was stirring trouble. Dad, Thomas, busied himself with his scotch, avoiding my eyes as always. "Come on, Em. Don't be a buzzkill," Aunt Carol chimed in from across the table. "You know we love giving you a hard time." A hard time? As if decades of being shoved to the sidelines could be dismissed as harmless fun. I traced the raised letters with my finger, the barn's wood stove crackling softly while outside. The Vermont dusk swallowed the rolling hills. "Maybe I should grab a spot at the kids' table," I said evenly. No edge in my voice yet. "Since this one's for the reject." Laura rolled her eyes, settling into her seat with her own pristine card, reading her name in that same flawless script. Always so dramatic. It's hilarious because you're always acting like you're above all this family stuff anyway. Above it? I'd logged endless miles on New England highways for every milestone: birthdays, graduations, holidays, coordinating this very dinner down to gluten-free options and allergy notes, making sure everyone felt seen. Everyone but me. I placed the card back, aligning it just so, feeling the bulk of the envelope in my coat pocket across the room. Inside, gifts I'd poured my soul into, cleared loans, education trusts, fresh starts, months of attorney meetings, financial juggling, all to surprise them with stability. "You're spot on," I murmured, sipping my sparkling water. My bad for overthinking. Jason dove into his latest pitch, a half-baked app idea mixing NFTs and craft beer, and the table shifted focus. But my mind? It was rewriting the script. The quiet rage simmering like a pot about to boil over. As Jason babbled on, waving his hands like he was unveiling the next big tech breakthrough, my thoughts spiraled back to the fractures that had widened into unbridgeable gaps over the years. It all traced to childhood in our modest Massachusetts suburb, where I was the middle kid sandwiched between golden child Laura and perpetual underdog Jason. At 10, Laura shattered Dad's prized baseball trophy during a forbidden indoor dance party, tears streaming. She pointed at me, Emily pushed me. I scrubbed floors all summer as consequence, while Laura got a new leotard to cheer her up. Jason's antics followed suit, flunked exams, wrecked bikes, joyrides in borrowed cars, always looped back to me. Emily should have tutored him, or why didn't Emily warn us? I was 15, juggling my own straight-A grind, but somehow responsible for his chaos. The money wounds cut deepest later. College apps hit, and I begged for a loan cosign. Over Easter ham, they sat me down. "We can't jeopardize our credit, honey. Retirement's around the corner." Months later, they backed Jason's community college stint, his second dropout. Boys need extra time to find their path. Laura's gap year in Europe? Fully bankrolled as a life experience. My plea for a basic laptop in junior year? Use the library. It toughens you up. When Laura launched her Etsy jewelry shop that tanked in 6 months, they cashed in savings bonds for her vision. Me starting my software firm from a leaky Boston walk-up. Pulling all-nighters on freelance gigs? Get a stable job with a 401k. This tech dream's a phase. What they never grasped, I thrived despite them. Self-taught coding bootcamps. Networking at dingy meetups. Gigs paying chump change to build cred. Success hit like a storm. They called it overnight luck when Forbes spotlighted me as a rising entrepreneur. Even then, I bridged the voids. Jason's third flop, a food delivery startup that never delivered, I anonymously settled his creditors. Mom's leaky basement? A plumber showed up. Bill covered by an old friend. Laura's kids' orthodontist bills? Quietly paid. Though she griped I was too busy for family. Each act a bid for belonging. For a nod beyond the backhanded compliments. Back at the table. Jason's voice yanked me present, so, think your fancy software empire could seed my app? It's a game changer. I met his gaze, 39. Still chasing rainbows on borrowed dimes. Convinced the universe owed him a jackpot. Lay it out, I replied. Though the envelope's fate was sealing itself. Past tense now, that $160,000 in his wiped slates. Venture seeds. Buffers. The envelope had ridden shotgun from Boston. Nestled in my coat like a grenade with the pin half pulled. I'd envisioned unveiling it post-turkey. Amid clinking glasses, family's my anchor, let's secure our futures. Foolish optimism. The docs inside? Premium bond paper. Silver foil stamp screaming significance. Parents' home equity line payoff, $220,000. Refinanced twice for Laura and Jason's whims. For trusts for the nieces and nephews, $45,000 apiece. Compounding till college. Laura's latest gig, a lifestyle blog network, with $70,000 startup and my top devs on call. Jason's debt wipe, $160,000 from shady lenders. Total haul, over $780,000. Not Silicon Valley riches, but life-altering for our blue-collar roots. Enough for breathing room. Do-overs. Maybe even thanks. Attorneys pushed for strings, trusts, clauses. Nah, I said. Family's unconditional, or so I thought. Now, with family reject mocking me. The irony burned. I'd been bartering for a spot in a club that blackballed me long ago. Laura prattled about her blog flops, framing them as creative experiments, while the table cooed empathy. Not reckless, just visionary. I slipped away from my coat. The envelopes heft a final verdict. It gleamed under the bulb lights. Almost sacred. This was meant for unity, not conquest. But they preferred me diminished. A foil to their egos. The card wasn't a gag, it was their manifesto. Back at my seat. Envelope beside the card. 2 artifacts of my delusion. What's that? Mom probed. Irked like I'd cluttered her Pinterest perfect setup. Just papers, I said. Thumbing the seal. Nothing big. Laura huffed, always grinding. No wonder you're flying solo, workaholic vibes kill romance. Chuckles rippled, even my teen nephew smirked. The punchline aunt. Reliable as clockwork. I weighed the envelope one last time, their lifelines. My last olive branch. The card's words sealed it. They'd chosen. I rose, gripping both. The barn hushing as eyes locked on. You good? Dad muttered. His evening debut line. I smiled. Boardroom sharp, never better. Holding the envelope aloft. Its glow a spotlight. I tore. Not wildly, but surgically. The rip slicing the quiet like thunder. Mom gasped, Emily. What, but froze as the equity payoff peeked through. Dad's eyes widened. I shredded it. Echoes bouncing off beams. Next. The trusts. Laura's hand clamped her mouth at her kids' names. Torn to bits. Confetti piling like fallen leaves. Her blog funds followed, her face twisted from bafflement to dread. Jason's debts last. He lurched up. Stop. What the hell are those? No words. Actions spoke volumes. The mound grew. $780,000 in shreds atop gourds. I crowned it with the card. A tombstone. Meeting their stares, Mom's fish gape. Dad's flushed fury. Laura's crumbling facade. Jason's white-knuckled grip. Dig in, I said coolly. It's on me. Chair tucked. I strode out. Heels echoing finality. November air slapped fresh, behind. Voices erupted. What just happened? Chase her. The house loan, oh God. Barn door thudded shut on Jason's bellow. My phone ignited before the gravel crunched under tires. Calls. Texts. The group chat ablaze. I blocked Laura mid-ring. Then Jason. The rest. Digital exorcism. The 3-hour haul to Boston unspooled in peace. Barn shrinking in the mirror like a bad dream. They'd feast on my dime. Spin me as the psycho who snapped over a joke. But I had proof. Logs. Snaps. Truths. Enough. Highway hummed. Phone buzzed till airplane mode. But previews slipped. Laura's Insta post. Some folks can't hack family fun. Praying for my sis's meltdown at Turkey Day. Mental health matters. By state line. Screenshots flooded from a friend. Clara as erratic boozer. Document destroyer. Holiday ruiner. Group chat cache. Jason dubbing me unhinged for months. Aunt Carol floating midlife meltdown. Mom's gem. We've bent over backward for Emily's. Issues with bonding. Issues? Me. The road warrior. Secret Santa. Event wizard. By dawn. Kin piled on. Cousin Mike's vague book about ego-driven kin. Uncle Ben's psych article share. Laura's hubby. Greg. Posted a cropped pic of shreds, card omitted, when family wrecks $780,000 in gifts out of spite. Kids were spared. Mental health drama alert Thanksgiving 2024. The sum viralized. Tails twisting, withheld promises. Strings attached. Demands for worship. No card mention. Phone online for work? Deluge, pals checking in. Bosses eyeing posts. My COO. Mia, saw the mess. Damage control. Smear leap to pro-life. Laura tagged my firm. Emily Carter of Carter Softworks. Prioritize kin over ego? A client rang. Don't buy the BS. But heads up, concerned relative, cold calling about your instability. Jason. Rifling my Rolodex from Christmas cards. Breathtaking hypocrisy. They branded me reject. Chuckled over it at my banquet. But my exit? Villainy for ditching the dysfunction. Attorney Rachel clocked the posts. Dock it all. Defamation's blatant. Prove biz hits. Got receipts, I said. Transfers. Please. Bailouts. And the card snap. Timestamped. Laura's script expert verified. They poked the bear, Rachel grinned. But lawsuits simmered. Pain drove me. Mom's rogue text, you've nuked us. Happy now. Not the card. Not the gaslighting. Not the leeching me. For bowing out. Campaign raged pre-holidays. Posts escalating. Mia's menace. Them as martyrs. My repost? Email to Rachel. Go time. Truth bomb. She compiled. Jason's 5-year bags and $160,000 tabs. Laura's IOUs. Unpaid. Parents' roof bill. My tab. Trust statements. Dinner receipt. $4,200 for Outcast hospitality. Card photo. Irrefutable. Boston Globe biz desk bit first. Tracked my rise. 30 under 30 alum. Reporter Alex Kane, your side. I laid bare, grinding while dismissed. Funding mocks. Banquet labeled reject. Why public? They did client harassment. Rep sabotage. Defending my empire. Piece dropped. Software moguls feast fiasco. $780,000 shredded after reject label. Verified wires. Flops. Bankruptcies. Card pick juxtaposed Laura's rants. Glaring hypocrisy. Boom. Wired. Inc. NYT Family Op-Ed. The toll of sidelining success. When kin punish winners. Inbox tsunami from fellow rejects. Execs bankrolling resentful sibs. Lawyers footing parental bills amid slights. Founders mocked as uppity while wallets raided. Home front crumbled. Jason's NFT beer backer bailed post-article. No dice with a serial debtor smearing his benefactor. Laura's beau. Greg. Dumped via text. That card's cold-blooded. The backlash? Toxic. Her blog followers fled. Who trusts a harmony guru engineering cruelty? Insta-tanked amid her my truth please. Parents perish pals. Once pitying their troubled kid, flipped. Sympathy dried. Invite ceased. Evidence-heavy piece recast them as enablers taking from the reject. Dad emailed. Family dirt stays private. My reply. Laura's tagged post screenshot. You aired it. I finished the wash. Coup de grace. Laura's teen. Ava. Posted. Aunt M covered my violin lessons 3 years, Mom said scholarship. Funded my college pot, Mom claimed inheritance. Bought our van, Mom said loan. Done with the BS. Aunt M. Thanks. Get why you bounced. Leaked chat, Jason suing threats. Laura forgery claims. Dad waited out Mom. Should have just named her. As if etiquette fixed decades. Dominoes tumbled. Jason solo in a dive flat. 9 to 5 grind sands my parachute, wife filed. Armed with my ledgers. Laura boomeranged home. Folding retail rags. Greg custody battling over her vindictiveness. Parents downsized. Club dues lapsed. Cruises scratched, social circle whispered about the outcast enablers. Kin confessed, cousins outed Laura/Jason's past cons. Uncle Ben recanted. Aunt Carol detailed loans blamed on my stinginess. Reunion axed. Too raw. Strangers messaged empowerment. Banker funding mocks. Teacher subsidizing slights. Nurse paying bills amid jabs. One pierced. Liam from Texas. 24. Your tale halted my spiral. Sat with pills last holiday. Family's failure echo in my head despite law school ride. Saw the card, mirrored my unseen digs. Drove off. Cut ties. Bar exam next month. You showed leaving strength. Tears fell, not grief. Purpose. Messages poured. Liberation tales. Family reject trended. Shared slights. Exits. Freedoms. Conference invite. Toxic kin and fiscal abuse. Packed hall. I hoisted framed card. Their unintended gift. Clarity to walk. Applause roared. Faces lit with shared scars. Post-talk. A silver-haired tycoon. 50 years outcast. Bankrolling all weddings. Rehabs. Found their real fam, chat sans me. Still outside. Pivot, I urged. Embrace who chooses you. He straightened. Lighter. Therapists cited my arc for clients. Rain-lashed office eve. I nuked old chat, fossilized mocks. Assumptions. Laura's fresh post. New chapter. Vibes high. No nod to wreckage. Jason. Grinding legit. Mom. Blood's bond. Dad. Silent truth. Last snap. Phone buzz. Mia. Deal sealed. Record breaker. Bash tomorrow. Count me in. My true kin. Celebrators sans envy. Final circle. Ava. Yale bound. Full ride. Mom spins as her vibes. Essay? Your stand ditching labels. P.S. CS major. Internship. Seat saved, I replied. Your name. Proper. Card frames my wall. Query bait. Honestest kin gift, my cue to exit. Addendum, not cash. Truth. They defined me, I believed. Left. Found who sees me whole. Priceless forfeit.